Welcome back and welcome to our weekly edition of All Things Women in Sports. We begin this week on the ice. The third ever PWHL postseason is here and it's already delivering. The top 4 teams made it into the playoffs, and for the second straight year, it was the Montreal Victoire who secured the top seed. They are joined by the Boston Fleet, Minnesota Frost, and the Ottawa Charge. Both playoff rounds are best of 5 battles, both semis and finals. And unique to the PWHL, the top-seeded team gets to choose which of the other 3 opponents they want to face. And the Victoire chose to take on the back-to-back defending champions, Minnesota Frost. Despite defeating Minnesota in every regular season matchup this year, the Victoire ended up falling 5-4, with the Frost scoring the overtime winning goal in their first playoff hockey game of this season. Their next game is coming up tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time. Meanwhile, the series between Boston and Ottawa is tied 1-1. Ottawa goaltender Gwyneth Phillips made 30 saves in Game 2 as the Charge defeated Boston in Boston 3-1. Their next game is this Friday evening in Ottawa at 6 p.m. Central Time. And this year, the PWHL had historic growth. In just its 3rd season, the league welcomed more than 1.1 million fans across 120 regular season games. This marks the first time the league surpassed 1 million fans in a single season, and average attendance rose 28% from last year and 71% from the inaugural season in 2024. So it might not come as a surprise that the league is expanding again. In just the last hour and a half, it was announced that Detroit will be the next new expansion team. The league also says 3 other teams will come, growing to a total of 12 by 2027, although the exact locations have yet to be named. But they're not the only league that's growing. The NWSL added 2 new soccer teams this season with Boston Legacy and Denver Summit, and now we know who the next 2 will be. By 2028, both Columbus and Atlanta will have NWSL teams, with the former bidding a record $205 million to bring professional women's soccer to Ohio. And we're nearly 2 months into this year's season, so here's a look at the current NWSL standings. As a reminder, the top 8 teams qualify for playoffs later this fall. The Portland Thorns have been on fire, only losing 1 game so far, but it's a long, long season where anything can happen. And speaking of anything, check this out. This week, FIFA announced the Afghanistan women's soccer team will be allowed to return to international competition. Most of these athletes have been living in exile since the Taliban regained power in 2021 and banned women from playing sports in the country. Now, normally, FIFA requires teams to have approval from their native government in order to play internationally. But after years of petitioning, FIFA now says the Afghan Women United will be allowed into official matches. In other sports news, the WNBA season officially begins this Friday, and it's the first year under a new collective bargaining agreement, meaning the players are getting paid a whole lot more. For our Indiana Fever fans, they will kick off their season at home at noon on Saturday against the Dallas Wings. And finally tonight, one more basketball story for you, because earlier today, one of the basketball greats, Tina Charles, officially announced her retirement. That's her in college playing on the same team as Maya Moore for UConn. The 37-year-old played in the W for 15 seasons. She is the league's all-time leading rebounder and 2nd all-time top scorer, and we wish her nothing but the best. And that'll do it for this week's edition of Women in Sports.